What's up, guys? Welcome back to Wish You Had Dad. I am John Gafford, where I give you life advice that is twice as nice. So today I want to talk about how to hire a contractor. And I'm not talking about somebody that would come and build you a home from the ground up. I'll talk a little bit about that, but I'm talking about anybody that might come to your house to do work, from a pool guy to a landscaper to somebody that might do wallpaper or painters or anything. Now, let's talk about first is we're going to separate them into two different categories. You have general contractors, which are guys that will come in and do a major job at your property. They will come in and say you want to do a full remodel on a bathroom, full remodel on everything. They're going to come in with their license, and then they will hire the subcontractors, which might be the roofers, the painters, the flooring guys. They will all work under this guy and they will supervise the job. This is definitely the most expensive way to go when you do this, but it is the one that involves the most protection for you, because ultimately the contractor and his license is responsible for what happens for all of the subs. Now, subcontractors are those guys that do the work individually. Now, if you just want some paint done or you just want something done, you're going to get a lot of these guys directly and you can handle it yourself. I've had friends that have actually built their own pools, but you need to remember the first rule in dealing with these people is this. It's like a three-legged stool. There's good, there's fast, and there's cheap. You will get two of these legs, but you'll never get all three. You're never going to get somebody that's going to be fast at the job, does a really good job, and does it cheap. You might get somebody that can do it cheap, and then they'll do it fast, but it's going to suck. They might get somebody that'll do it cheap, and they'll do it good, but it's going to take them a really long time. So always remember, you're going to only get two of those three, so you've got to be honest with yourself about which one of those you want to get when dealing with a contractor. Now, when they come over also, never take the first price. Whatever price they give you to do the job, you either want to try to stall them off a day. If it's like a carpet cleaner, I'll hit them that day because I don't want to make two trips. If it's something they can do right now while they're there, always go back to them and be like, nah, I can't do that much. Thanks for coming out. And then they'll immediately start dropping their price. If it's somebody that you need to schedule for them to come out, don't reply to them right then and there. Just say, send me a written bid, send it to me tonight. Cool. And then when you get it, just say, I'm meeting with a couple of other people. I'll let you know. And then email them the next day and say, hey, I really liked you. I thought you were great. Can you do better on the price? They're always going to be able to do better on the price. Never take the first price. Now, second thing that's really important is this. Never give them more than what they do up front. Just don't. Now, if they're doing a job for you where they need to build cabinetry and they need to buy supplies and they give you a bid for, let's say, $2,000, fine. Ask them how much the materials are and never give them more than how much the materials are, because you want to pay them as they're earning it. If you write them a check for half of the job up front and half when they're done, man, they could disappear on you and you could never see them again. And unfortunately, I've had that happen to me with people that I thought, and you meet them and shake hands and you think they're going to be good and trustworthy, and then they just disappear. And the problem is, if you watch another video in the section on when to hire an attorney, sometimes when people disappear with your money, it's not worth chasing them, because if they don't have it, even if you win, you can't collect it anyway. So you never want to pay them for more than they are. Never let a contractor, as we call it in the flipping business, never let a contractor get ahead of you, meaning they should always be getting paid up to the work they've done, not taking money ahead and getting the rest. Don't ever fall for that. Give me half now, half later. Say how much of the materials, I give you this. And if it's a multiple job day, you might have to write them multiple checks for what they're doing, but you've got to leave a balance big enough for them to come back. Because what happens is, in a market, especially like right now, in like where I live, Las Vegas, man, we're booming. The real estate market is on fire. There's a million jobs out there. And say you got a tile guy that agrees to lay tile at your house for $1.50. Well, if his phone rings and somebody's willing to pay him $2.50, he's turning his truck a different direction, and your job is going on the back burner. And your job will continue to go on the back burner because he can make more money somewhere else. And if they're ahead of you, especially, what are you going to do? They know you're not going to fire them and hire somebody else to finish it because you owe them money. So you can never let a contractor get ahead of you. Now, the last thing I'm going to say is, where do you find these guys? There's a million places like Angelus and all those stuff. I like to ask everybody in my, we're all on social media. Go on your social media, ask your friend set, ask for people to get referrals. Because if you get a referral from somebody you have a much higher probability of that person, one, doing a good job, two, doing it for a good price, but three, finishing the job. Because that's what happens. Most cases of complaints with contractors are they just don't finish the job. Now, if somebody takes money from you and they don't finish the job, if that's worst case scenario, go to the contractors board and file a complaint. Now, if you've done your due diligence up front and made sure they're actually licensed to do whatever they're doing, they have a business permit, even if they're a sub, you will get a lot of action from the contractors board. Down there, they do a great job of investigating, and that is the worst thing that can happen to you, is to get investigated as a contractor, because you can't lose your license. So I hope that helps. Happy remodeling, happy hiring people, and be safe and be careful. We'll see you next time.